The seriousness of global warming is being emphasized more as tensions at Copenhagen summit is increasing. Only a few days remain until the end of the summit, but it seems tough for them to come to an agreement. But many groups from many countries, many agendas, all share the view that the amount of global emissions should be reduced. There are active trading programs in several countries. For greenhouse gases, the largest is the European Union Emission Trading Scheme, which was initiated in 2005. And in the United States, there is a national market to reduce acid rain and several regional markets in nitrous oxide. Markets for other pollutants tend to be smaller and more localized. Republic of Korea, for example, is employing eco-friendly buses, and City of Daegu is putting emissions trading into practical application. Emissions trading, though, is not widespread internationally. Many governments remain uncertain of its merits and whether a carbon tax is a better idea. So, should government adapt emissions trading to combat global warming or carbon tax scheme? I would like to hear your thoughts on that, Ian, if you may.
Okay, well, a cap and trade system provides companies with credits if they are able to reduce the emissions below an established level. They can then sell these credits for a profit. So if a company takes action to reduce its carbon emissions below the designated level, then it can make a profit. This is a powerful market incentive that is more likely to cause companies to invest money in finding ways to reduce their carbon emissions. A carbon tax, conversely, only provides the incentive of cutting costs and does not offer this important profit motive.
Okay, I get your point, Ian, but in my opinion, carbon trading is an excuse to avoid real emissions reductions. The hopelessly compromised Kyoto Protocol now allows countries to meet all their emissions reductions with carbon credits bought through three forms of carbon trading. Number 1, joint implementation. Number 2, clean development mechanism. And number 3, international emissions trade. Some countries will certainly choose to buy credits rather than make any serious attempt to reduce their underlying dependency on fossil fuels.
Definitely.
In my opinion, in a cap and trade carbon market, total emissions are guaranteed to go down. The cap is a cap, and assuming there is a reasonably effective enforcement mechanism, not a pound more carbon can be emitted. Carbon tax, on the other hand, merely encourages people to emit less by making it more expensive to do so.
Exactly.
And in the case of fossil fuels, people seem perversely resistant to financial incentives.
Okay, I get the idea, but let's not forget the principal argument against trading programs is that they do not guarantee that improvements to air quality occur in the local areas that are most affected by air pollution. And some of the existing trading programs, such as the Federal Acid Rain Program for sulfur dioxide, allows trades over a very large region. While such programs do improve air quality in the aggregate, they do not necessarily reduce emissions at sources that make the greatest contribution to local air pollution and its resulting health problems.
Yeah, and carbon taxes also avoid the baseline quandary that devils carbon markets. For example, signatories to the Kyoto Protocol are supposed to cut their emissions of greenhouse gases by 7% below what they emitted in 1990. Why? That goal has no relationship to any specific environmental policy objective. Plus, the carbon tax is simple enough that it can be implemented immediately. Emissions trading takes much more time. In the context of global warming, immediacy is very important.
I see your point there. Subsidizing one or two targeted technologies with a carbon tax would discourage investment in others that may turn out to be more effective. Which technologies should receive these tax dollars? No one has a crystal ball that can determine for sure what will turn out to be more useful. History has shown that the marketplace does a better job of developing new technologies, and a tax takes money out of the place. Tax takes money out of the marketplace. The solution is cap and trade. Cap and trade strategy provides the incentive for all segments of the economy to compete to discover the best ways to cut emissions.
Precisely.
Okay, speaking of economics, I don't think you guys are covering the most important issue on this topic. The question facing government is whether they should adapt emission trading scheme as a major component of their strategies to combat global warming. Numerous questions frame this choice and debate. What are the economic consequences of a cap and trade system? Is a cap and trade system the the most efficient and flexible way to reduce emissions while preserving the integrity of an economy. Is an emission trading system economical? I would like to hear from the pro side on this issue first.
Okay, I'll take this one up, Jessica. Well, look, I understand the carbon tax concept, but we still firmly believe that carbon trading encourages efficient emissions reductions more. The efficiency of a cap and trade system comes with the trade part. Let's say you have 2 power plants, each emitting 100 tons of carbon per hour. The first can reduce its emissions by 20 tons at a cost of $5 per ton, and the second can reduce its emissions by 10 tons at a cost of $30 per ton. Clearly, the efficient thing to do is to make the former reduction rather than the latter, with the owner of the second plant paying the owner of the first plant to offset the first owner's extra costs by buying carbon credits and the right to pollute from the first plant.
Well, Ian, I don't think you grasped the main issue here. The main problem, I feel, is that the baseline emission allowances for companies are based on their past emissions. For this reason, the company has an incentive to emit as much as possible when these baselines are being set so that the baseline is above or at what the company is already emitting. If a company successfully tricks the system in this way, they will be able to emit carbon as they had before, with no reductions being achieved.
One of the strongest pieces of evidence supporting this argument is the United States subsidized cap and trade system, in which the economic cost of acid rain damage was dramatically reduced. According to the EPA, the benefits of the 1990 amendment succeeded implementation costs by a factor of 4, with a maximum estimate of $1.4 trillion.
Yeah, but it seems like there appears to be a misconception among many lay economists that carbon trading is a market mechanism while carbon taxes are not. However, government control of the quantity of an item being sold is no more of a market-based mechanism than government control of the price. Where it counts, carbon taxes make far better use of market forces than carbon trading schemes. You also have to remember that cap and trade scheme causes job loss. By generally making the status quo more costly for businesses, carbon trading can decrease revenues overall and lead to job loss. And this probably especially large in industries associated with high carbon fuels. Also, emissions trading increases government costs and lowers revenue because managing emissions trading costs governments money, yet it does not increase revenues like a tax can.
Yes, but cap and trade systems are flexible in global economy. Nations that adopt a cap and trade system can later link their system into other cap and trade systems around the world. It would not be as easy for a carbon tax to achieve this. However, this is important in today's global economy, where multinational companies exist across borders. Cap and trade is more flexible, allowing you to link your system to other cap and trade systems around the world. In today's global economy, where companies operate in multiple countries in advance, this kind of system has obvious advantages. Cap and trade also allows the banking of emissions allowances, so like reducing emissions early and using the saved emission allowances for later.
Precisely. Yeah.